Today we are going to discuss about the effect of beta blockers on exercise capacity and exercise tolerance. But before that, one should know the difference between these two terminology. Okay. Exercise capacity, it means that ability to perform the maximum amount of exercise. Ability to perform the exercise. And one can say that maximum amount of the exercise that one can do. And this will directly depends upon the blood supply and the capacity of the muscle. Okay. Now, what do you mean by exercise tolerance? As the word itself suggests, tolerance. It means that how much one can tolerate the exercise. As you all know that as you are doing the exercise, what will happen? That there is a need of the increased blood supply to the muscle, and that's why there is an increased force of contraction of the heart. That's why there is an increased cardiac output, and person will complain of, or the person experiences the palpitation, tachycardia. There is a definite rise in the heart rate. Okay, perspiration and all the symptoms. But after, even if the person continues to do that exercise, a time will come when this palpitation, tachycardia, and even after that, if still the person continues, there is a chest discomfort will start. So, a time will come when the person can't tolerate the exercise. That is called exercise intolerance. So a time during which a person can tolerate the exercise, and beyond certain limit person cannot tolerate the exercise. So this is known as a exercise tolerance. Okay, because in this time what will happen, that the heart rate is going on increasing. Force of contraction is also on increasing mode. Tachycardia is also on increasing mode. A time will come after which person cannot tolerate that. So this is known as exercise tolerance. So simply, if we can simply want to understand that if by anyhow, if by anyhow you can reduces the force of the contraction of the heart, reduces the heart rate, even though it is natural, it is physiological, it is in proportion to the exercise. But if you can reduce these two, person can tolerate the exercise more. You can increase the tolerance. Now you all know that on heart beta 1 receptors are present, and when the beta 1 receptors are stimulated, there is an increase in the force of the contraction, increase in the heart rate, increase in the conduction. And when you give the beta blocker, you will find this effect: decrease force of contraction, decrease heart rate. And that is why there is improvement in the tolerance. So beta blocker improves the exercise tolerance. It means that if a person is taking a beta blocker, he can tolerate the exercise better as compared to person who are not taking and tolerate the exercise better. Tolerate in terms of this tolerate, it is in terms of heart rate. The heart rate is not increased proportionately. So now the exercise capacity, it will depends on the blood supply to the muscle. That is first part. And the second, obviously muscle requires more fuels in terms of the glucose. Okay, so the glucose that is derived from the glycogenolysis and gluconeogenesis, and for this gluconeogenesis, there is a requirement of lipolysis. Now both this process they will increase amount of the glucose which will be taken up by the muscle. Now these effect is mediated through beta 2 receptor. That is one. Okay. So when you block the beta receptors, this is not available to the muscle. And you all know that the blood supply to the skeletal muscle, again it is a beta 2 mediated. And whenever the beta 2 are stimulated, there is an increased blood supply to the muscle. And when you block the beta 2 receptor, the blood supply to the muscle also reduces. So on one side the blood supply reduces, second side this glycogenolysis, gluconeogenesis, lipolysis inhibited, and that's why if you give the beta blocker, the exercise capacity reduces. So, in nutshell, beta blocker reduces the exercise capacity while beta blocker improves the exercise tolerance. Beta blocker reduces the exercise capacity and beta blocker improves the exercise tolerance. Thank you.